Dave Sharon. And we're apparently live. Hey, it's I think we're finally
not look at the screen because that's gonna freak me
out. So I'm Nicole.
I'm Cassie. Oh, okay, it's
good. Let me just text my friend back really quick. So I accidentally set up this Google Hangout as myself person and not as even. So all my friends are like, "What's going on?" So let me just say, accidentally.
To be I'm usually not either, but
yeah.
So this week, I saw a thing go by, and it's something that we don't usually think about. So again,
You throw
collections and business cards.
This sounds like a great event.
Yeah, it was. It was a great event. And then I don't know. It's like a week later, and you're kind of coming down off the high of like having thrown this really great event. All right. Now what? What's next?
Right.
That's what this Tech Thursday is about. What to do after you've thrown your really awesome event, whatever it may be.
Right. Well, in our massive preparation for this episode, I was thinking about throwing a major event, which would be a wedding. So I got married about 6-ish, 9-ish months ago, and I was trying to do the math, and I just couldn't do it. In September, I got married. It is now June. I don't know what that makes it, but so what happened? So you do a lot leading up to a wedding in particular, and then afterward, it's like, what do you do, right? So we have a wedding website that we set up, derekandnicole.com, and we also have, some thank you notes to write. Now, I would like to say that I have written my thank you notes because doing so in a timely manner has been instilled in me by my mother and also by the feminine guilt that we need to write thank you notes. Derek has not quite done his thank you notes yet. So if you're somehow related or came to our wedding and know Derek better than you know me, I wrote most of the thank you notes, but I am making him write a few because, like his parents, his brother, like I could write it, but I feel like it would be more coming from him, even if it's shorter. But yeah, and I don't like to nag. So anyway, if you're related to us and you know Derek better and you haven't gotten your thank you note yet, I'm sorry. But also then there was the question of what to do with the wedding website. Like, it's not like we're going to do it again next year, but how do we, so people made friends, like, well, what can we do there? And so we've sort of repurposed it as an Our Life website. So we have our Airbnb listing on there. We have link to Derek's class. I was trying to figure out how to take it and, everyone know it. Well, everyone who went to the wedding theoretically knows about it. Not that anyone ever goes to a wedding website after, but I thought, I have this website. It's not necessarily wedding focused anymore. How can I rebrand, if you will? Yeah. Yeah, we're having logos made. It's beautiful. But yeah, but most people don't have those kind of events. Most people have business related events or stuff like that.
Yeah, so for Anchor Space Open House,
right.
We had guest list.
Yep.
So that people can come and sign up and
yeah.
So logical thing after the event is following up with your guests or people who attended. Mm-hmm. So chances are with something bigger, even WordCamp, or if people are registering online, you have all those emails already. Mm-hmm. So you can follow up, and a lot of bigger places will do surveys right. What did you think? Give me feedback.
Yeah, and I think it's really good to do right after an event too, because it's fresh in people's minds. Yeah. And then sometimes
follow up is
yeah, because sometimes after the fact, so it's next year and we're resetting up your ticketing system or whatever, and we don't necessarily, we have to go on what we remembered going well, and that's not to say we don't as people setting stuff up, we're not like on the ground like the people running the event are.
Right.
And getting that direct feedback that you could use to make next year better.
Right.
So,
and we're not necessarily just doing this for like one person, we're doing this for like other people too. So it's
right.
As much as I would like to say, like, I remember the ins and outs and intricacies of like this very specific client's stuff.
Yeah.
It's not, sometimes it leads together a little bit, especially if we're using like the same stuff and people use people can use the same software in very different ways.
Yeah. So for example, like we were setting up like an online registration thing for a nonprofit client, right? So they have staff that are on site, like kind of doing registrations and kind of helping people. You have the instructors giving the classes, and then you have the board, and then you have the general public, right? So beginning of this thing, it was like, why do we have, I want people to not have to, I want people to buy one ticket at a time. We're like, okay, so we turned off multiple event registration so that if you were going to, a particular event, you would buy that event and then you would go buy another event because they didn't want a cart link in their menu. Fast forward to, well, what if I have a kid and I want to register my kid at the same time? Well, actually, somebody emailed me and told me to turn that off, but okay, I'll turn it back on. So then it just gets confusing, right? So having a central survey, like Cassie said, is a great way to collect feedback in an organized way. And then you don't have to be all reactionary and turning things on and off like we do sometimes,
Yeah, it's easier to have like a consensus rather than like last minute trial and error sort of thing.
Right, just because one board member doesn't like it. And you know what, there's gonna be one board member that doesn't like it. And as long as, honestly, as you have a reason why you're doing something and communicate that to them, most people are pretty reasonable. So, but yeah, I think that survey, that's a great idea.
And then like other things you can do, like in terms of immediate follow-up, like running races, people will send, like the photographers will send like your race photos. So ideally it's like, maybe a couple days after the race and then you're like, oh yeah. I'm laughing because like my most recent big race, I was just like,
what? I have a feeling like if you're running 26 or more miles that maybe your face doesn't look completely
usually I
natural.
can turn it on for the camera because like you see them up ahead. So I usually have like pretty awesome race photos.
Can you reenact a race photo? Just look on your face.
I mean,
I feel like I look like this. Or something.
I just like what I'm doing now. Nice. Kind of like smiling and whatever. But like the last part of Sugarloaf, I was just like, like you can just see me looking at the time and like the crushed soul.
Oh, the crushed soul face. Nobody likes to see that face.
So okay, maybe race photos are a great example.
But it's something you send people after the fact, right?
Or like
the good time.
New Year's Eve side street photos, like
yes.
You look back and it's, oh man, that was so much fun. And you can kind of look at everyone, you're like, chef's gala, like stuff like that, like people having a good time, they never get to look at it, and they're like, oh man, and they get all excited and share it, and then they feel good.
Right. And you don't need to necessarily even have a professional photographer, although that is nice, but like having someone at the event designated to take the photos, because if you just say, because that's what we did open house, my mistake, I was like, okay, like people will just take photos, and like post them on Facebook.
Yeah, just encourage them to share.
And then, but then I didn't necessarily ask people to take photos, and I also didn't necessarily appoint one person to be like, can you take photos? Because then now we have no photos of the event, which is too bad because it was really fun. But like I said, and that would have been a fun reminder of the good time people had at our open house. Would have sent them after the fact.
And I looked good.
Yeah, you did. I didn't, but that's okay. I was running around a lot that day. Remember, I was literally painting things like hours before people showed up.
Oh, that's right.
And Cassie was holding down the fort, which was great, but I was like,
running around to just sitting around.
Not getting sweaty and stupid looking. But yeah, so maybe I'm glad there's no pictures. But yeah, pictures are a great thing after the fact.
I had another after the fact thing. It was pictures in.
What about the discount thing for the next year? Is that what you have?
Yeah, so jumping ahead a little bit.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine. one thing a lot of races will do is offer a discount to, like they send a follow-up, like, hope you had a great time, and they might include a little survey in this, but they'll also say if you register today or the rest of this week, you get like a 20-30% discount off of registration for next year's race. Now, I like the ones that aren't like a day, because I'm like, ugh, I literally just ran this race. I don't want to think about running ever again. I'm not signing up for this, but like within 2 to 3 days, I'm usually like, all right, yeah, let's do this. So the week, like if you extend it a little bit, I'm at least more likely to sign up again. But
yeah,
if it's not a race, if it's like
a conference you have every year.
Conference.
Yeah, because some conferences happen every year, and especially once you go through the work of throwing one event, you're like, oh, well, I figured this out. We might as well throw it again. So, you know, if it went well, you want it to happen again, either to get the same people together or get some new people in the mix. And yeah, I mean, I get them like doing the discount for a specific amount of time because you want people to act. Like if you're just like, oh, here's the discount, and then like if people don't have a deadline looming over them, example A right here, it just doesn't happen, at least for me. But yeah.
Well, the reason I signed up for my next race so quickly after Sugarloaf, because registration kind of, actually I think it might be open until Friday. But anyway, someone told me that the discount ended like the next day. And I was like, okay, I guess I have to make up my mind now. So it's incentive. Usually like races will stagger, like you get like 30% off like right away, 20% off.
Oh.
And then it kind of just goes down, and then you're like, oh snap, you have to pay full price now.
Yeah.
But it'll go for a little bit anyway.
Yeah. But I wonder what they see. I wonder if they have like 70% of people get the 30%. I'm curious like how the fade out works, you know? Like if someone's like, oh, 10%, like I'm doing it. I can't picture that. I don't get out of bed for less than 25% off personally, but.
Oh my god!
Then again, I don't run marathons, so.
I saw this hilarious thing on Instagram. It was like going through how we apply the logic of getting free shipping, but I'll show it to you later.
Nice.
Oh, so the other thing to do like right after is if for conferences and stuff, if you have links to presentations and stuff that you promised you'd share, those would be good things to send out. And that might be a good thing to stagger a little bit too, like.
Yeah.
Do little.
Yeah, so we have a nonprofit we do work with, and they have this huge conference with lots of presentations at it. And what they wanted us to do initially was put them all up like right away on their website. But what we thought would be more fun, and I think we eventually talked them into, because we're doing it, so I guess we talked them into it, is the putting like 1 week online to get people like coming back every Wednesday and seeing what new presentation exists. And it got people, you know, it kind of spread out that interest. I mean, they have hundreds of presentations or something. There was a lot, maybe not hundreds, but there was a lot. So
it was like a drip campaign.
It was like a drip campaign. So you can either throw them all on at once. And honestly, like a lot of this stuff too it happens at the event. So at one conference I went to, we had to give, if we were presenting, we had to give everyone a thumb drive with our presentation on it. Like we had to give it to the conference organizers. Then you're not chasing them down for their slides, you know, like they get on the plane and you're like, oh crap, I didn't get the slides from them. But they made us physically, I mean, thumb drives are so cheap, right? They just made us like, and if you didn't have one, they had someone going around, that was their sole job, was to like, either give me yours, or I'm gonna stick mine in and take it off your computer. So yeah, there was that guy. So there was somebody taking photos. And like I said, it doesn't have to be a photographer, just like somebody who is like kind of on it. Like, okay, at lunch, I'm gonna get these different groups of people. You know, I'm gonna pop into each one of these 3 rooms that's giving a presentation right now. Get a picture. Oh my god, it's hilarious. The notification I sent out for the Google Hangout is like,
Whoa.
Yeah. So my phone is blowing up with people being like, oh, hey, where's the Tech Thursday link? Because we restarted this broadcast and it's at a different link. Anyway, yeah, I keep seeing these Google things go by and I'm like, so that's one of you. Sorry you had to figure out where this was. But getting back to it, yeah, a lot of it is just setting up some good things. Yeah, setting up the survey before the event starts so that you can give it to people. Ideally online. I hate the paper ones.
Yeah.
I always have it tucked into my little folder. I always forget about it until I get home. I look at it and I'm like, do I really want to fill this in and stick it in the mail? I do not.
Even if you have the envelope like pre-addressed and pre-stamped for me. Actually, maybe, but probably do it online though.
We have a client who takes those envelopes and she'll cross it off when she pays us, and she'll put a label over them. People do. I'm not saying everyone does that. This is like one person out of a lot of people, but it's not like illegal. I don't know. I'll never tell. It sounds kind of illegal, doesn't it?
I'm pretty sure. But we didn't like say who it was.
Nope.
So.
Nope. I also, every time I get it, I'm like, huh, okay.
And then I guess another after event thing that you could do, if you like really want to get into it, offering exclusive sort of special stuff for people who have come to your event. If you can somehow like segment your email list, which you should probably do, to like people, like event attendees.
That's a great, have you ever gotten anything like that? Like as an event attendee, here's something exclusive or whatever?
Great stuff.
Great
Like
stuff.
a lot of great stuff. They'll say like, enter this code and go to like running warehouse and enter this code for like free something this week or like 20% off them. So
that's cool.
It's like kind of third party-ish, that example, but you could do something if you sell like products or
right. But at the same time, it doesn't have to be something that you're selling. Like if your whole thing is you're just running one event, you're like, oh my god, I don't have the energy to produce an ebook. That's nothing to stop you from going and partnering with a runner's warehouse type person, you know?
Yeah.
Which is cool. Like that makes sense.
And then if you kind of just like make your people feel special, this is just for you. Because you keep my things.
Please tell me there's an audio file that you can play. It'll be like, this is just for you.
Just keep my
Because you gave them my thing.
Or like,
you're gonna send an email with that exact subject line at some point. So we have events. Oh my god. So yeah,
this is gonna be. You should do this on left line for like thank you cards. Thanks for coming. On bridesmaids, like the party favors are like puppy.
puppies. Yeah.
I don't know why I thought that was relevant just now. Probably
Yeah.
weddings and
Because you-
and
Yeah, nothing says thank you like a golden retriever puppy.
right. This is just for you because you came to my thing.
You came to my thing. Oh, where'd you get your puppy? Oh, I went to a thing.
I went to that girl's thing.
Went to the girl's thing.
Oh, that. I was gonna go, but I didn't.
I know, now you're really sorry because you can't get that a purebred golden retriever puppy. But
This is Melissa McCarthy. I took that.
Well, it's fine because we've all done that, right? Like we've all seen like the swag or whatever, and we've all taken sometimes more than our fair share of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My dad used to do that when he went to like whatever conferences engineers go to.
What do you get for free at an engineering conference?
We got some awesome stuff.
Yeah.
I received a cowbell. There was one. It was like these weird amoeba stuffed animals that kind of creeped me out as a kid. And I was like, what bacteria is this? Oh, it's a little strep bacteria stuffed animal.
As an engineer, you get
I don't know what conference
Weird.
it was.
Got it,
but
okay.
yeah, it was like just one of those like it was in Boston. I think that one was in Boston. He used to get like flown all over the place for that stuff. was pretty
My
cool.
dad used to go to a lot of hardware ones, and those aren't nearly as interesting. You get like, I remember what he got like a saw blade, and what's great is he gave it to me. So my father might have been slightly inappropriate.
Oh, we got
Yeah.
a lot of hats. Hard
Yeah.
hats.
Oh, there was this company, it was like B&K or something, and I don't know if they did, I think they might have done insulation or something, but every year at the hardware show, they'd have a different stuffed animal, and they'd have a little B&K thing on it, and my dad's nickname was Bim, and my mom's name is Karen, so I thought it was like from, yeah,
Oh.
I know, so I had a lot of B&K stuffed animals at one point. Yeah, one year was a flamingo, like a big one, like not like a little, it was like, and see again, like, the only reason I remember the name is because it was stitched on the thing, because my parents were named Bim and Karen, and I cannot tell you what that company sold for the life of me.
I just had a flashback to a time. So, so Woodland Pulp LLC is the name of the mill now in Woodland, Baileyville, I guess. It used to be Georgia Pacific, and then it was Domtar.
Yeah.
And then now it's Woodland Pulp, and Dad really he would go back and forth between Chipro and the mill. We just call it the mill in our family because it's been referred to so many different things since he's been there.
Right.
And I think it was Domtar when this happened, and they were doing some campaign, and they were trying to get mill employees, like, you know, with their families and like do this whole thing. I mean, when it was Georgia Pacific, we were in that commercial when they were trying to do that.
Oh.
So I need to find that VCR because it's hilarious. But anyway, Domtar was doing the same thing. So it was like a calendar. You submit your art if you're a child of a mill employee. And I was November.
You were Miss November.
I was Miss November.
Of a child's calendar. Don't get all
No,
excited.
but we went out to eat one time there, and the waitress of this restaurant asked me to sign November because all the like local places had this calendar.
Oh, that's really
It
nice.
was so cute. I was like, I'm November, number 11. But it was for my art because my art wasn't very good. But it was good enough to be November.
All you have to do is be better, one of the 12 best. You don't have to be number one.
It beat my brother's, which was also kind of,
A point of pride.
it was like, well, it was my artwork, but like I toned it down a bit. It wasn't as good. So basically, I beat myself.
Be myself.
Anyway, back to events.
Back to events.
That was a nice little,
Yeah, the nice little segue.
thanks for going on that journey with me guys.
I know, it was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for taking us there. Well, I went on a little journey too with B&K. So yeah, if you're giving out stuff, like just, you know, have it be clear. And if it's not clear, at least have it be warm and fuzzy where small children get to feel famous. But yeah, well, like I said, a lot of the stuff is preparation and being like at the event, just being organized. So, you know, for a nonprofit client that has a yearly conference, I made these little things that they could print out that was like, because they wanted people to take pictures of the conference. There was no way they could cover the whole conference. They have like 400 people or something at this conference. So they like made a special hashtag so when people uploaded it, we'd be able to see the pictures. But also for the people who did get hashtags, and let's face it, like 50% of the population doesn't get hashtags. I made this like how-to thing. So like how to take a picture, they could go here and they could, you know, they could email to this person, you know, like I made this little like how-to thing with a couple of different options for how they could get their picture in, you know, into the, yeah. I'm not sure if they ever got passed out. Again, I was not at the conference. I just made this to like, and said, here, you know, you can put this in people's, you know, folders, or you can tell them, you know, or have these available or print these off and put, you know, because having other people, as long as people know, you know, what to do and what to do with it after, they'll do it if it's convenient, you know.
Clear.
Yeah, you could go to every session and all that. So, and they wanted kind of some more candid stuff with people, you know, chatting and whatever. So,
Yeah, candies are great.
yeah, they're fun. So, So yeah, but following up after the event too with some emails, with a survey, with some photos, people running. And having some kind of follow-up discount if you're gonna do it again, or some kind of thank you thing. To just
Yeah, like at least say thank
regularly, or do you just kind of hear from them the week after, and then a month before the race you maybe get a little pre-registration email?
Depends on the director. Every race is different. MDI is really good. About follow up and promotion stuff. So
yeah,
good work, guys.
Good for kids. And you don't feel, as a person participating, you don't feel annoyed from hearing from them.
I also have that like whole like they're local, so I don't get annoyed because I'm all like, yeah, local pride. But if it was like somewhere far off in the land, far, far away, I'd probably be like, ugh, I don't care. Unless I had like a really good race there.
And you'd want to remember it.
There are a lot of like mitigating circumstances for my annoyance level.
Right. Well, how often do you hear from the MBI people? Like, how often do they email you? It's like a once a month.
I wouldn't say email so much as like Facebook.
Yeah.
Email, they're pretty toned down and say like, yeah, maybe once a month.
Yeah. And then Facebook like daily-ish? Well, I mean, you don't see everything that they post.
Right, so I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's interesting, yeah. So mainly Facebook. Yeah. Hey, Cass, good topic, yo.
Yeah, so I guess to sum it all up, most of our energy goes into preparation and then actually throwing the event. But just because you might be burnt out kind of after and you don't want to think about it doesn't mean you can't be.
Right.
There's still a little bit to do after. Don't just like sweep it under the rug and be like, done.
Right. And I mean, you can schedule these emails or these posts to go out after the event. Like in part of your preparation, you can schedule follow-up, you know? So yeah, if you want to take a couple days off after, but you want, you know, some like that survey to go out, there's no reason you can't do the survey ahead of time and have it just scheduled to.
It could be part of the preparation.
Exactly. Right? Yeah. So yeah, you're right. If you put in a little bit more effort at the end, you just get a lot more out of it. And let's face it, you spent a lot of work doing your event. So why wouldn't you want to eke a little bit more out of it with like, you know, a couple of hours extra work?
It's just like that final push.
Mile 25.
I know, like, we all know where my brain's at today. If you have any other ideas for a Tech Thursday, you can comment on this video. You can comment on the ghost link.
Sorry. I do get how to use the internet. I just wasn't thinking.
Or you can visit our content forum on our website at breakingevening.com. Yeah, you can send us a vision. You can drop by Anchorspace, be like, I have a Tech Thursday.
That would be amazing if someone just walked through the door and was like, I have a Tech Thursday idea. Please be that person.
Yeah. Oh my god, that would be awesome. That would be quite like summer.
See, don't you want to make Cassie's whole summer?
Yeah, like why wouldn't you? I don't know the answer for that.
All right, well, we'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.